Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on the time you are watching this video. On today's video, I just want to show you how this software works and how you can make money with it without losing a dime. Either it's in your first trade, that means without losing a dime in your first trade. I'm not saying that means if the first time you're going to use it, how you are going to make profit without losing a dime. That means if you put $50, you put $30, $100. If you follow these instructions I'm going to give you, it is certain that even if it is on your first trade, you apply these instructions, you are going to make profit. You are not going to experience loss. That is what I mean. Now, this is another version different from the previous version. For those of you who have been following up, and for those of you who got the previous version. Though I received some complaint from the previous version, which I have already handled and then tell you how to go about it and the possible solutions to it. Should in case maybe you have not watched that video or this is your first time, and maybe you want to have idea of what happened. The previous version it is called the market structure analyzer. Maybe you can see on my video or any of my chat, which has that template dashboard or interface of that particular software. What that software does is that it analyzes, it tells you the break of structure, tells you the trend, tells you the possible pullback and liquidity area on every time frame. So the major function of that tool is to analyze the chart for you, combining time frame, analyzing it, and leaving you to make decision with your analysis it has given you so far. But I went further to add signal info. That means when price on a continuation move, it should give you a signal so that you'll be able to join. When price on a reversal move, it also sends signals. But due to the fact that majority of the people who are using it were only focusing on the signal and ignoring the status, ignoring the analysis, we're having issue. So the first thing that should come is the analysis. Then when it gives you signal, if it aligns with the analysis, then you take it, or probably you wait for confirmation. But in your own case, you guys will just push immediately. It gives you signal, you push in. And when you go to my chat on the group, I normally say I don't even use the signals most of the time, that I base my entry on the analysis. So due to that, I explained, and then I think I told most of those people who are using it how to go about it and how to amend it. But this very version now is totally different from that one. But after explaining to you, they might have some similarities in place, right? They might have some things that look similar, but take it or leave it, they are still differ when it comes to analysis and signal. So I'm going to use this Crash 1000 as my first explanation, because you really need to pay attention. What I'm going to do in this video now is telling you how to trade the signals. When it gives you signals, how to go about it. That is what I want to explain this time around, not how come about the software. No. So that when you apply this, there is very high probability that you are going to make profit. This is not a cap. Now, this indicator gives you both buy and sell signals. And how does it give you these signals? What are the moves it makes in giving you signals? It all depends on the time frame you choose. You need 3 time frame on any pair. Are you getting me now? You need 3 time frame on any pair for this system to give you an entry or an exit. And again, if at all it doesn't give you entry and exit, if there's possibility for entry, I'm still going to show you how you can easily identify if there's a possibility for entry or not. But I'm going to start with the signal on the chart now, on the current signal we have on the chart now, so that I'm going to screenshot. If you're in any of the groups, I'm going to screenshot it so that you'll be able to view the dashboard. If you're not seeing it now, you'll be able to view the dashboard and see the clear picture of what is on the dashboard. That is the time frame I added and then how it all went. Now, when you check the top, where we have the top-down analysis, the first time frame there is the D1, which is the daily time frame. On this daily time frame, the system calculates the order flow, right? It checks what is the order flow of this system. Is it price is it making a bearish order flow or a bullish order flow? That is what is going to confirm. Then if it's making a bearish order flow, it's now go to the second time frame. On the second time frame, it use the Fibo golden zone to track the peak, that means the high and the low of that particular time frame, which is the H4. When it tracks it, if price is making lower low, higher high, it's going to use it to track it. Once it tracks that swings points with the Fibo zone level, then it now go to the third time frame. On the third time frame, it look for a conference that aligns with what the middle time frame is doing. Already the higher time frame is looking for order flow in line with what other pair is going to do. That is why the probability of winning, I can't just say 100, but let me say 85 to 90% when you are using the system. This system will kill any pair for you. It's going to track any pair for you for consistent winning. I'm not forcing you to buy it, but I'm just telling you how it's going to work. If you believe, fine. If you don't believe, there's no issue. So the third time frame, we now look for a conference that aligns with what the middle time frame is doing. Then when it's at area of what is it called, golden zone, it's going to trigger an alert, give you suggested take profit and then suggested stop loss, telling you the score on that particular move. Then it's going to tell you what is the reason and what is happening in the golden zone. Is it a divergence situation or a conference on the POI? That means point of interest on supply zone or on in the case of this one, we can call it a bearish order block or a supply zone. Then in case of buy, we call it a bullish order block or a demand zone. So these are the things it's going to put together. Key information is going to put together to trigger a message into your phone telling you, okay, there's opportunity here. Now, when it triggers this opportunity, this information or this signal, how do you take it? Should you just go and start placing buy and sell? No. Then what is the next thing to do? That is where I'm going to now. Are you getting now? That is the next step we are going into now. Because after the order flow has do its own work, the signal swing zone is going to be captured by the Fibo's zone on the middle time frame. Then the third time frame is going to just be a conference, and then boom, price goes. So let's start with the order flow. This is on the daily time frame. Order flow is which direction price is on. We can see that if I zoom out a bit now, you don't need a magician to tell you that price is what? Bearish, right? That is the order flow we have here now. So let's go to the H4 and let's see what price is doing on the H4. When you come to the H4, right, we also have a break of structure, right? Where is price in our what is it called, golden zone level or price zone golden level? What that is, the zone level on the fib is here. This is it. This is where the move that led to that other block or structure we have. This is it, right? In line with what? The daily time frame. In line with the daily time frame. So If you go down to the 30 minutes, 30 minutes and 4 hour has a confluence around this zone, which will make when price comes here, it's going to trigger an alert, give you entry, give you exit key. So since it has given you this information, and this area is at our area of golden zone on our fib, which is a reversal zone which has high probability, because when you check this software now, when you check this software, see the message. Sorry, I'm going to screenshot like I said and post it in the group so that you see it. Do you see the message here? It said signal, high probability bearish signal. Then when you come to the golden zone information here, price in golden zone, what is the reason and what is the confluence? It said order block mitigated. That means a bearish order block, because price is on a downflow. Bearish order block mitigated. Then how are we now going to take our entry when price mitigate this order block? That is the next step. When you have all this information, the main thing you are now going to do for yourself, once the system give you all this information, waiting you go can't do for yourself, what you will now do. Because I won't just say when you have instances like this, you should just play sell ASAP. No. What you should do, the second software which I added, which is called the what is it called? Market structure status software. Let me show you. That is this market structure status software. The main software that is giving the signal doesn't have these outlines of structures level. You can see here. So immediately when you set it, you will now focus on 30 minutes and 4 hours. So now let's go to 30 minutes time frame. This is where you will now modify that signal because it's a sell signal, right? And it's at a very shorter block. For you to modify it, you have two options. You can use your POI lower time frame for modification, or use a lower time frame that is lower than your POI, which is the 30 minutes. So what I mean is that since 30 minutes is the lowest and this is the structure of 30 minutes, I can decide to use 15 minutes to track my entry for this signal, or even going as far as using what is it called? Using 15 minutes or 5 minutes for sniper entry. Exactly, for sniper entry. Now, you can see that if we are to use 30 minutes, price has not really given us an area of entry. For the smart ones who understand what we call flip zone, there is an entry opportunity. Even looking at it, despite that price has not broken the higher low, right, to give us a confirmation that the structure has changed. If we should go with support and resistance, believe me that there is what we call flip zone. Flip zone has already occurred around here. This is a key level, right, that was expected to push price up. Price came and broke below it. It is when you go to lower time frame, you know that there's a change of structure. Maybe lower time frame like 5 minutes or 1 minute. So this move now is coming to mitigate a bullish breaker block on 1 minute chart. I'm not on 1 minute chart, but I can tell you what is happening on 1 minute chart. So the mitigation now is a signal of going down. Then if you go to probably let's say the 15 minutes or 5 minute time frame, it could be a bearish order block me that it has been mitigated. So we are expecting a move. This crash 1000. After you've gotten an entry, place your stop loss where it is, put your TP. Focus on making more profit. Don't let your mind read negative. So in this trade, we are expecting nothing less than a good profit. That means a sell move. That is just it. It may not go easily deep to where we are putting our TP, but there must be a move. So at the end of the day, you must come out on blue, because what this thing is using to calculate for entry and exit is not just a one time frame situation that normally which normally most people do before. They focus on one time frame and then they will be buying and selling on one particular time frame at a spot. So this one has given you a top down. This is what we call top down analysis. It has checked the order flow on the highest time frame. It has tracked the swing point that relates with those points, those zones. Are you getting me? Now, the third time frame now is to for confirmation and then for modification. Confirmation, modification, then forget it. The next thing is come out on blue. So this system is enough for you to make consistent profit every single day by following instructions. So this one I'm showing you here now, right, is how the signal that comes from the software. Now there's another way you can trade a trade that the signal is not from the software. I'm going to show you the first thing you are going to cite before you take any trade. Even though you didn't get signal, but there's an opportunity. I'm going to show you. Now, when you check the score here, anytime there's a signal, the least score you will see should be maybe 5 or 6, right? 5 or 6. So this one now is around 8, and it has high potential of reversing from that zone. So forget crash 1000 today and tomorrow. I don't want to see anything more than sell, right? It should be sell. Let's just expect a drop on crash 1000 for those of you trading synthetic indices. So that aside, this is how you modify the signal based on your time frame. And now, for you to make good profit, let's say you have $30 account and you want to take a trade like this, focus on higher time frame alignment, not 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. The least order flow you should have in your time frame analysis should be 4 hour. 4 hour, 1 hour, 15 minutes, 4 hour, 1 hour, 5 minutes. That means your 4 hour will be your order flow, your 1 hour will be your Fibo golden zone structure track, then 15 minutes or 5 minutes should be your confirmation, then you place your entry. Modify your entry. Once signal pops up, then you go. But if you want something more solid, for those of you who want to, I want to trade swing trading, I don't understand it. This one, there's nothing like I don't understand it anymore. Carry 1 week order flow, add it to your chart. Add 1 day order flow tracker, then use maybe 4 hour as confirmation. Then when the signal come, you can now use 5 minutes, 15 minutes or 30 minutes to modify that 4 hour, which is your last lower time frame on your swing trade. This 30 minutes is the lower time frame here now. If I want to modify this 30 minutes for entry with 5 minutes, I can do it. It's just coming to my chart using my second indicator, click on it, then go under properties. I will change this, I will change that 30 minutes from here, then I'll add, let's say, 5 minutes. When I add 5 minutes, I'll leave it. So all I need now is a change of character in 5 minutes, then I'll take my entry. Does it mean I change my 30 minutes on the analysis or top down? No. I only change it using the second software, which is going to show me a change of character or a shift in trend from bullish to bearish ASAP. So if I go to 5 minutes now, I'll be able to see what and where I should have entered the trade. Now we started having, pay attention guys, we started having lower high from this point, lower high. Now it is immediately when price break below these ones here that we now have a zoom around this point. So for price to move above it, this was a clear of liquidity, right? This was a clear of liquidity from this zone. It was more or less like an equal high at first, then price clear liquidity. So the drop now should be going all the way down. I didn't change my alignment, top down alignment on the main software, but the software I want to use to track my entry is what I changed, because this structure and the one on the top down analysis is the same thing. Now for those of you who are going to get it, let me show you something again. When you come under the parameters of this software, right, because there are so many tools I can use to track. When you come here, you can see that the swing point I'm using is 5. I'm using what? 5 swing point. So the two now, I set the two software to be using 5 swing point. That was why it was able to align and I can easily track where I should take a reversal using the other software. Are you getting it now? So that you don't mess things up, but that doesn't have issue. Once you add it, you can see my settings: daily, 4 hour, 30 minutes, swing 5, I leave it that way. Buffer in pips for stop loss 5.0. There are other internal structures formation that I do which you can't see right from here on the parameter. So for those of you who like to go and copy people's work and then create it, it's a sorry case for you. So what am I saying? We can use 5 minutes. By now we'll have been on the trade. While our stop loss is at where this stop loss level is, we'll just copy this level, put it in our stop loss, copy this as our TP. So we are good to go. We'll just leave the trade and then we'll be watching the magic. But believe me, profit will come. That is I'm not saying maybe. That one you must make profit, except probably you are greedy or you didn't close the trade when you expected to. Now, how can you even close the trade manually? Now let's go back to the daily time frame where we have the graph, the zone plotted. Now, our target will be if you are not comfortable using the TP, maybe it's too far. The first suggestion, you can use your 61 as exit or you can use your 71 as exit. So your TP can be around this zone. After you've taken your sell, your TP can be around these two zones for exit. On any pair, it doesn't matter if it is synthetic or whatsoever. Just do it and leave it. Then some of you might say, oh, I don't have laptop. How do I go about it? If you have laptop, right, it's going to be an additional stuff for you. But if you don't have laptop, there's no problem. If you have the money, you can acquire VPS. So when you install this information, if you are using VPS, it means you solemnly be relying on the signal. Exactly. You'll be solemnly relying on the signal so that once it pop up on your mobile phone, then you proceed to take entry. Then if you are going to be using VPS now, there's what I'm going to suggest for you. Let's say you are using VPS now. For you not to receive unnecessary alerts, when you come here, you see under this alert, you are going to leave only signal alert. Any other alert that is not of signal alert, you ignore it so that once you receive a beep, you know that it's from a signal. Because when you check now, we have other alerts. We have alert for liquidity, then we have alert for pullback on lower time frame. Exactly. So those ones you put them to off, then you leave that of only the signal. That's how I built it so that you won't be receiving unnecessary notification. Anytime you receive a beep alert, you know that this one no, it's a signal alert. So you quickly go, then you can modify and then take your entry and use your TP and stop loss. But focus on higher time frame. That is the secret of this thing. If you want to make good money, I'm not talking of $5, $2. This trade now, if it's those people that have, let's say people with $500 account, they can make $250 from this trade. Now, if you have $500 account, you can use a lot size of let's say one lot size. And one lot size to where the TP is, my brother, money don't come. Oh. I'm not saying you should be greedy. Are you getting it now? I'm just telling you how people make money on Forex. The first thing is understanding what you are doing, understanding the softwares you are using. Then the next thing is once you get the opportunity, kill it till the end. So that is that. Still on the now. If you check, this is another setting. Still on crash 1000. I didn't receive alert here. Are you seeing? Already I've received an alert to sell on the daily setup, but H4, H1 15 minutes. There's no what? There's no alert. Now I was talking about other ways you can take trade when you don't receive alert. I'll go there shortly now. I'll go into that shortly. Let me show you something from Euro USD. I pray it should still be intact. Now, when you look at Euro USD, right? Look at Euro USD. You will notice that when you check here, the score said 0. Anytime you open your chart and it's giving you score 0, you can't do the manual follow or format. Exactly. Because if you see the minimum score for you to know that there's opportunity is 3. There are some other peers that when you check them, okay, Now, when you check, this is volatility 75. There was a signal today. I've taken it on this for 1 hour and 15 minutes. The signal pop up. I've even entered. I entered using this score level, right? When you have 3 as the score, then there's no signal. What you are going to do is to check the move. You'll be able to follow along. Are you getting? You'll be able to follow the move. Why did I say you should check for the score? Now, since the score is 3, and then I can't, maybe you just open your chart, then you just see move like this. What you should check for is what is happening. Is price making higher high, high, or lower low? That should be the question that will come to mind. If there is no signal, it means where price is now, price may keep buying. So what you are going to do is you add the second software to track the structure of this particular pair. Are you getting me? You track the structure. If it is, since you can see, you see, for those of you who understand trading and you have been following me for a long time, this is a very sensitive area on this chart, right? Where we are expecting price to tap in and then reverse. What happened? Price tapping into that because there's a break of structure. If you understand trading very well, we are expecting a sell scenario here. Are you getting me? We are expecting a sell scenario here. I'm watching from 1 hour time frame. Price came and closed above that place, converting it to what? A breaker block. So this bearish candle you see was a retest. Immediately that bearish candle drop, you would have placed a buy and then you hold. Then you can go to your 4 hour and look for another key area you should be expecting price to drop from. So as it is on what is it called now? Volatility 75, it shows that this buying pressure is going to go far. That is using score 3. Because score 3, no signal, but you can use structure to follow price. Immediately you enter and you notice a signal, you should exit that trade. So if I have not been on the chart since now, then I saw this move, right? This is a bullish order block price is buying from. Then I saw this move. Maybe I just open my chart. Okay, what is happening on VIX 75, gold, whichever pair it is? And I noticed that move on H1. Oh, I'll say, okay, price is what? Price is buying. So the first place I would have taken that buy was where I showed you just now. That break of that bearish order block, converting it to a breaker block, bullish breaker block. You will have taken your entry after that retest, break and retest. You know, that is the major thing that happens on synthetic. You will have taken a buy, then you'll be targeting a swing high. And which swing high? You'll be using your 4 hour swing high. So that your 4 hour swing high now can be either this level here or the one at the top. But the focus is to just make good profit based on the move. You might not hold it up to that extent. So that after you making, this is a situation whereby you can make $10 without signal, following structure and then entry on a very key zone. This is the neutral way of trading this stuff. But you need score 3. If you don't see score 3, just leave that trade. It means there's no high probability that you are going to make any money. You need to check score 3 because this score 3 is what the middle time frame is using to track swing point. The middle time frame, that is what the Fibonacci is using to track swing point. So score 3, add structure, you use it manually. Signal, pop up, modify, take your entry. That is why I told you now, if I'm to open my chart, let's say since morning I've not been on my chart. So I just came back and I opened my chart. What I'll first check is the dashboard. What is the score on the dashboard? Is it 3? If it's 3, fine. I will now come to my chart. Since it's 4 hours that is the highest, I'll go to 1 hour. Because 1 hour and 15 minutes is what I'm going to be using. Because the 4 hour is going to do the same thing. 15 minutes, 1 hour is going to do the same thing 4 hours is doing. Because 4 hours is where 4 hours is at a buying zone. So the flow is rhyming. The flow is rhyming. That means it's a sure flow. So I have to just come back to each one look for what's going to rhyme in 4 hour, use 15 minutes for my entry, then focus on the swing point of that 4 hour. So now, if I should come, I think there's a pair. Let me check here. Good. I added the pair here. 4 hour, H1 15 minutes. Now, let me now break it down from here for you. Let me break it down. Let's go to this H1. Can you see the swing point of H1, which was here? Price close above it. This is a confirmed bullish break of structure. It retested on there. So if I'm to use 15 minutes now, a close above this point, I can go down to 15 minutes and modify this break and retest, then enter my trade in line with it. So here should be I should be targeting here because I can see both 4 hour and H1 has interest in this zone. So somewhere close to that zone, I'll put my TP because here we will also be taking out. After you break here and retest here, this place, forget it, price will take it out. So I'll be able to make some buck up to this level with confidence. But I must take my immediately this retest occur. I was on the chart. Immediately this retest occur here. That is when I will have taken this buy. As this candle is closing, I'll place my buy and then hold. Then my stop loss will be few pips around here. Then I'll hold it up to that level. There's high probability that price is going to go there based on score 3 and structure in line with what the 3 time frame is doing. So I think I've tell you everything you need to know. It's now left for you to apply it. Exactly. It's now left for you to apply it. First thing first, add your 3 time frame. If you want the system to give you signal, for those of you who don't have laptop to trade other things or to go out that way, maybe I use VPS, you solemnly be depending on the system. So leave it. Switch off every other alert so that you don't get doesn't give you unnecessary details and then miss the original detail. So use higher time frame like daily, 4 hour, 30 minutes, or daily. Just use it, leave it. Within a week, you get signal. And any signal you get within a week is certain that you're going to make profit from that signal. Very certain. Just imagine maybe you have been using it now and this is your first week and you are part of those who trade what is it called? You trade crash, right? You trade crash. This crash alone should be your first banking for this week or any other time frame, any other pair. You are going to is today, since you are able to see this signal, money must come out. That one, no, there's no, we don't have two ways about it. You must shall see money from this one to collect. Any other pair are trading, same thing applies, but check news for those of you who are trading currency pair. So this is how you use it on stepping when you are using it on what is it called on VPS. Then if you have a laptop, you can do the other side of the signals part, whereby once you have score 3, you check for market structure alignment, then you proceed. Let me explain that alignment again. That's score 3. Let's go back to Big 75 because I don't. After this video, I don't want you to come to my DM and start asking me questions that I've already or details information that I've already explained. Now you are not online since you just open your chart, and the first thing you should check here is your score 3 when there's no signal detail. Check your score 3. Is there score 3? Yes. Because if you come to Euro USD, if you are trading Euro USD, maybe you are Euro USD trader, when you come to Euro USD, do you see that it didn't have score 3, meaning organo signal? For now, just go sit down. Go and rest. We don't have anything for you now. Maybe you check back later. But you are a Big 75 trader, right? You check, okay, I have score 3, which means there's opportunity for me to see money to sweep here. Immediately you saw this break and retest here, you take your entry. You will not do too much. This is where 4 hour and H1 are having conference. So you just mark it. You can use your TP or other this thing to line like this. Okay, this is where I want to catch TP. So if you catch this from here, you'll be targeting here to exit the market with high probability that you are going to make that trade. You leave. Don't do more than yourself. When you make the profit, leave it without signal. This is without signal, but today it has given signal for buy. You don't give signal pass on this same crash. On this 4 hour, 1 hour, 15 minutes, it has given buy signal pass. So myself, I even entered early. It was when price was here. I still used score 3 to buy. When price was at this lower point, I used score 3 to buy and I targeted here. Price hit my TP. Exactly. So you use score 3 when the signal is not there. You use score 3 for entry when there's no signal. When there's no signal, check is which score is there. Is this score 3? Yes. Score 3 is telling you that there is the structural alignment is okay. So you can now look for either a pullback into a key level or a POI zone. Exactly. You look for a pullback into a POI zone, then you take your entry. So score 3, I use score 3 to take my before trade even gets here, a signal pop up for buy. So which I will have hold up to maybe somewhere around this top here. Because this move now may even keep going and keep buying. Right? You already may have used score 3 and then make profit. That is without signal. So if you're using laptop, you'll be able to check. Because why I said if you're using laptop, if you're using VPS, if you don't have good network, you can't stay on the chart for up to 10 minutes and be able to navigate from one time frame to the other and see things clearly. Sometimes the thing will just hang. But that doesn't mean that if there's a signal, it won't pop up. It will definitely pop up on your mobile phone. Right? And if you are having a good signal and you have a good device that is a bit that has a broad screen, you can also do score 3. It doesn't mean that you have to sit down there. It's just checking the structural alignment. Because if we are buying this soft now, it's not coming. I'm going to give you these two softwares. The same softwares you are seeing right here is what I'm going to send to you. So the second one will aid you to know where you should take out from, then teach you the settings. So I don't see any other thing here, right? There's no other complicating details that you need to get. So this is the difference between the first and the second, the difference between the last software I made and this one. So for those of you who got the last one, already I have something in place for you. I'm going to DM you individually. Is that clear? I'm going to DM you individually. Once, maybe at the end of this video, once I'm done and I've put in things in place for you, I'm going to DM you. Please don't come back and tell me any cock and bull story. Because with this one, even if it's your first time of trading, if you just follow these instructions I gave you now, my friend, you must make money that very day. You must make money that very day. That is just the whole thing. So I don't want this video to be too long. Thanks for watching, and then see you in the next one. If you have any question, you can check my right. This is my phone number. Maybe I should write my phone number out here. If you're not seeing it, it is +2 3 4 9 1 9 1 9 1 3 2 1 4 5 1 4 5 0 9 8 0 9 8. So it is +23491321450. This is 0098. If you can see it from the top, fine. So that is my phone number. Exactly. So you can chat me up. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.